3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So many actors have done movies like this where they are driving and become this action star. So, that's what I don't think would draw the big crowds in, but I think this really has potential to be a big, good movie. Again, I'll just reiterate, I just think the topic's been done before. That's the only con I potentially see from it. How about you, Jesus?
Yeah, I'm actually watching the trailers and all that stuff and seeing the cast. You have John Hamm, John Bernthal, who's a great actor. Jamie Foxx, Kevin Spacey. I don't know who the guy playing Baby Driver is. I'm not really...
Ansel Elgort.
Yeah,
he was in The Fault in Our Stars.
He was
like in a bunch of like romantic
I haven't seen his movies.
Yeah, he was in even Allegiant.
Yeah. No wonder. Yeah.
And another Star Wars fact, he was in the running for the Han Solo.
Yes, he was. He's actually a really good actor. He's
a really good actor. That's why I'm really excited for this.
But like, just watching the trailers alone, you can tell it's gonna be an entertaining movie. I think critically it will do well, and I hope it does well in the box office because like we need more movies like this. And the director and screenplay writer Edgar Wright, he's a fantastic.
Fantastic.
He's really great at his job. So, I think he deserves more work. And he was supposed to do Ant-Man, but of course the studio didn't want to give him reins and all that stuff. But other than that, the story looks great. It's pretty much him listening to his iPod pretty much and just driving and all that stuff, being zoned out. I think the supporting cast for me is what's going to be the big draw.
Yeah.
That for me is going to be the main factor of this movie because, I don't know who the main actor is, but the supporting cast is going to look great. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's me, though. Elvis, what do you think?
The synopsis looks like it's very different, and it's very... something that I like... that feels like it's going to be, like, throughout this whole summer, it's going to be like a great breath of air, fresh air, where it's something different. It's not like a Hollywood blockbuster. It's not Transformers. It's not
exactly.
Like you know what I mean? So, and the cast is great. Like Ansel Elgort, like I actually saw The Fault in Our Stars, and he actually did pretty good in it.
He did really good in it.
So I'm like excited, and I feel like maybe this will be the role that'll like get him into like be in bigger movies and stuff like that. He was almost Han Solo, so it's like he's got to have like a little bit of like acting chops to be considered. So, and a lot of people are forgetting this movie because John Hamm's in it also.
Yeah.
John Bernthal's in it.
Great, yeah.
Which is he's always great in everything. And Edgar Wright is another pro. Like you got At World's End, you got Hot Fuzz. Like the guy is just a great director.
Shaun of the Dead. Also.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead. Like so many great movies, and it's definitely going to be like a breath of fresh air. So for me, it's definitely a movie that's going to be great.
Where would you rank it?
This one I think I'd see it. I don't know about opening night. I would probably say like opening weekend. Like maybe like a Saturday or a Sunday. I won't be like a Thursday night or maybe not even a Friday, and that's also depending on reviews too. When we get like a little bit more word of mouth, see what happens, because if it's great, then it'll be definitely like Thursday night. And the great thing is that it's not going to be like the theater's packed because people like us, we love film, and sometimes these movies get overlooked with all like the big noise movies that are coming out. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So that's definitely for me. What about you, Mike?
For me, I would like to see this opening weekend. Like I said before, I think this has potential to be a sleeper hit. So for me, I would like to see the opening weekend. I don't think there's anything else being released around that same weekend. So if for me, I'm going to target this one during that opening weekend. I'm not going to see it opening night, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely not going to bring me out opening night, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. How about you, Jesus?
For me, I'm really interested in this movie. I really want to watch it. So for me, it's opening night, and it's been getting early reviews also saying that it's a good movie. So, but not that's the reason why. But like just watching the trailers and all that stuff and seeing the cast, I want to watch it opening night. So yeah, that's me.
What's next? All
right, next one on the list is Spider-Man: Homecoming. Its release date is July 7th, and it's directed by John Watts. And pretty much, from the trailers, they spoiled pretty much everything.
Yeah.
It's about, the aftermath of Civil War.
Yeah.
Peter Parker, played by Tom Holland. He's given a suit by Tony Stark, played by Robert Downey Jr. and all that stuff. And pretty much Robert Downey Jr. wants to clean up the mess that he's caused, and he's taken the job from pretty much what was his name? Michael Keaton, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and he's playing the Vulture, and this movie also has Donald Glover which I found out today that he actually is not the Tinkerer. He's somebody else.
Oh, he is. Yeah, because I thought that was a good find last time when we covered this.
Yeah. I found out later on that he wasn't the Tinkerer. So, but I'm interested to see when he's going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's pretty much Spider-Man trying to balance his high school life and his superhero life, and he wants to be an Avenger and all that stuff, and he's pretty much come toe-to-toe with the Vulture. So
yeah, how about you give us your pros and cons? I know this is one of your biggest favorite movies, so you kick us off on this one.
You're number 2 on your list, right?
Yeah, it's number 2 on my list. After watching trailers and all that stuff, they spoiled a lot. I still want to watch this movie though, just because it's my number 2 and I'm very interested in it. I want to watch it. Absolutely. I do like some pros for me though were Tom Holland, the actor who plays Spider-Man. I really thought he had that, not as charismatic as Robert Downey Jr., but I thought he can bring that level also. And also Michael Keaton playing the Vulture. I really thought he looked interesting.
Yep.
The suit looks really high tech. I actually like the suit. I've told you guys before that I thought it looked cool and all that stuff. The story, we kind of know what's going to happen, but that's a con right there for me because they kind of spoil the story a little too much. Mm-hmm. And honestly, another con for me is Sony. They own the property for Spider-Man, so there's always some problems with Sony. But Marvel's helping them out with that. So I'm really crossing my fingers for this one. It's gonna be opening night for me for sure. But hopefully it's good. I just want it to be good. But yeah, Mike, what do you think?
For me, a pro, definitely Tom Holland. I think he's probably going to have potential to be the best Spider-Man yet. We got previews of that from, Last Captain America. So I think Civil War, if they do anything like they did in Civil War for him as Spider-Man, I think we're in for a good portrayal of Spider-Man. I think Tony Stark showing up is good. The intention is good. By the way the trailers show it, I think it's become an Iron Man 5. I really do. I hope it's not the Iron Man show. It's not like, a tag team here. Really, my other, I'm happy that Marvel's involvement in it. If it was just Sony, this would be completely, I'm just done. But Marvel's involvement is a pro for me. Cons, Sony just overtaxed their villains like crazy. Mm-hmm. So for me, I don't like that. And the trailers, I think, to your point, Jesus, the trailers gave away so much so quickly. There better be more to look forward to in this movie.
You're right.
For me, it's a Spider-Man. I'll go see it. I'll probably go see it. I don't know. It depends on the crowds. If it's too busy, I don't want to sit in a packed theater for this one.
Yeah, it's going to be busy.
It's going to be super busy. I hate to say no rush, no crowd, only because I don't want to fight the crowds for this one.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see it opening weekend, but for me personally, it's not worth fighting the crowds for. Mm-hmm. I think this has potential to be the biggest blockbuster as far as ranking in the money out of all of them so far. That's just my thoughts. How about you, Elvis?
I definitely agree with all your sentiments, Mike. I think we feel the same about this movie. It's a movie we're looking forward to, but it's not really a movie that we're willing to see opening night. And that's
except for me.
Yeah, except for you. You'll go alone. There's so much upside to this movie. Of course, you have Marvel. And I'm not talking about Sony Marvel. I'm talking about you have Marvel MCU, that universe, and they're helping Sony and they're guiding them pretty much. So that's definitely a big pro for me because if this was just a Sony Spider-Man, this would be literally. I'm not even going to waste my time.
It's Andrew Garfield all over again.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man, those trash, but it's. Yeah. It's definitely of course you have Tom Holland. He was great in Civil War, Spider-Man. Just for the 10 minutes that you see him as Spider-Man, I'm all right, this is already my favorite Spider-Man.
Yep.
That there's been.
Exactly.
So it's because it's true to his comic book
even the comedy, the things that he was
he's a teenager,
right?
Yeah, he's a teenager,
he's witty,
right? He's witty but strong and just having fun. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and it's. He's arguably one of the most famous comic book characters of all time. Along with Batman, and for Marvel, that's their thing. That's why do you think they're trying so hard? They're Sony, please, he's still under the Marvel name. Let us help you. you see like we have like the recipe for success.
Yeah. In 17 years, a third actor portraying.
Exactly, man. It's like,
only
come
time
on,
they've
man.
ever done that with Batman, Spider-Man, and Superman.
Yeah,
Can
exactly.
this be the one?
So I'm hoping that this movie like can separate itself from like the Sony Spider-Mans of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and be its own thing, but also be its own thing from the Marvel universe. Like, let it be a Spider-Man movie. Don't let it be an Iron Man 4. Like, even though I feel like I'm going to walk away from this movie saying that Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. is my favorite, because he's always one of my favorite. He's always a standout in these Marvel movies. That's why he's one of the highest paid actors. He's one of the best actors today. So it's like, it's crazy that this movie it's so close, and I feel the same as when I heard that the movie was announced. Like, nothing is, like, the trailers have given away way too much. Like, I like Michael Keaton. I kind of don't like this suit. I feel like it's a little tacky. Like, it's like, it's like, come on, man. Like, you could do a little better than that. So it's like,
Apparently, it has his own Jarvis system too.
Oh my goodness!
That's what I'm saying.
Overtacked again.
Spoiler alert.
Overtacked again. No, it's not spoiler alert,
It's
but
not,
it's just
but yeah.
overtacked. It falls in suit with Sony.
Yeah.
but it's definitely like a movie that, I don't know, man. Like, this is definitely like, I have to agree with Mike. I want to say no rush, no crowd, and it's gonna be like maybe 2 weeks after the movie's out, when the crowds calm down a little bit, and I can go in there and not have to worry about little kids screaming because it's a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
So, I mean, that it's definitely gonna be a no rush, no crowd, and maybe like wait a little bit. It's so funny because we just said the same thing for Transformers, and this is Spider-Man. It's gonna be better than Transformers. I think we know that.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. We're interested
It's
in it. We
interesting,
want to
yeah.
see it open
Yeah.
night, but I'm not willing to fight the crowds for that.
Exactly.
It's not worth me fighting the crowds.
Yep.
For. I'm not going to see it twice either.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll punch a kid in the face just to get in line. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Jesus will beat up kids just to give you a bully kid. Give me lunch money and
run through the
get off
lines,
way.
elbows up, and everything.
Exactly.
I just want it to be good, but yeah, it's hopefully it turns out that way. All right, so on to the next movie. We have War for the Planet of the Apes, and it stars Andy Serkis, Woody Harrelson. You know, it's directed by Matt Reeves. Its release date will be July 14th, 2017. And it's pretty much the third installment of the, Planet of the Apes series, the reboot series, and all that stuff. And it's pretty much Caesar going up against the humans, pretty much soldiers and all that stuff, which is controlled by Woody Harrelson's. He plays a ruthless colonel. In the end of the second movie, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Gary Oldman's character sends out a relay message saying that, we're here, we need help. And that's pretty much what it is. It's pretty much Woody Harrelson's character brings in the cavalry, and it's pretty much an all-out war between humans and apes. So, Mike, what are your thoughts on this movie?
For me, a pro is the director. Obviously, you know what you're going to get with him. You know his style, and if you like his style, you can expect that he delivers. Another pro for me, Woody Harrelson. I mean, based on the previews, he's bringing it. He's bringing that. You have a hero in Caesar that you really like. You really like his command of the leadership that he brings to the apes. And now they bring the villain who is that like yin and yang.
Yeah,
Woody Harrelson is that evil general based on the trailers. That is the exact opposite of Caesar, who you might identify with or you might not, but he is the general and he brings it. So for me, that's a pro. And then also, I think the tone of the trailer looks like it's just going to be all-out war, a lot of action. I really like the release of this new trailer with the new scenes.
Oh, that's right. It came out today.
It looks amazing. There's not a lot of cons for me. This isn't one that I was looking for. This didn't make my top 5. This was an honorable mention. This actually wasn't even an honorable mention for me. So, that's probably would be my con. I like it. I will go support it, but it wasn't within my top 10. That's just me. How about you? How about you, Elvis?
Definitely this movie. All I have to really say is apes on horses with AK-47s.
Yes.
Like, why is this movie not gonna make $200 million opening weekend? It's just crazy. But of course, like a pro, it has to be Matt Reeves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he's knocked it out of the park with the last Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and it's, of course, I would have to like. I feel like the same. Like, it's Woody Harrelson is definitely going to be a standout for me. Like, the trailers, he's looked like very menacing. Like, he's just like I don't care what you think. Like, I don't care what's going on. He's like, I'm going to win. But also a big pro for me is Andy Serkis's Caesar, where it's like he